Hi, my name is Derek Robinson and I'm here at FitMetabolism. I'm here to talk about a resistance band workout that's going to have 7 exercises. We're going to do about 10 to 12 reps per exercises. How it's going to work is you're going to do the first exercise, then you're going to go down to 7, so 1 through 7, about 3 times, 10 to 12 reps for each exercise. I have 3 bands here. These are the ones we offer here at FitMetabolism. So the first one is a green band. This is going to be the least amount of resistance. Then we have a black. This will be more intermediate level. And then we also have a brown band, which is going to be the heaviest. Basically, just match to whatever your skill level is. You can use a couple of these and switch throughout your workout, or you can just use one. Oftentimes, you can increase or decrease the resistance by just choking up on the resistance band. You'll see what I mean later on. This is exercise number 1 of 7, our standing split stance 1-arm row. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to use one band. I'm going to find an anchor, so in my case I'm going to use this seated row machine here. If you're in a hotel room, it's probably a really good thing to use as a door handle. I'm going to wrap it like so. Now the objective of this exercise is to get the muscles of the back, more specifically the lat, so your lat is located kind of just underneath your armpit. So you really want to squeeze in that area while you're performing this exercise. So I'm going to anchor my band. I got one arm forward, 1 foot forward, so it's my opposite foot to my front hand. I'm going to take a step back so that the band's tight. Shoulders are square, so I'm squeezing my chest and my lat. Shoulders are square, hips are square, and then I'm just going to pull a row. It'll look like that. Now notice how my elbow's rubbing against my ribs, staying tight to the body, and I'm really trying to get activation out of that lat. Alright, then you switch sides, so other foot forward, a couple reps, square and square, a few reps like this. Make sure the shoulders are tight to the body. It's almost like I'm pushing my shoulders towards my body. You want your shoulders tight when you're performing this, so really squeeze the chest and the lat, like I said. And that's exercise number 1 of 7, the standing split stance 1-arm row. This is exercise number 2 of our full body standing, the front squat. I'm going to start off with the black band. So first thing you want to do is to get into shoulder width stance. Toes are pointed out slightly, close to 45 degrees. I'm going to bring the resistance band up to my shoulder, so as you can see, it's between my thumb and my pointer finger. Elbows are up, and I'm going to perform a front squat. So I'm sticking my chest out, back straight, and in my case I can go to my butt's just below my knees. If that doesn't agree with your range of motion, you can always go do a nice little half squat, easier on the knees. So I'm going to change angles here, show you from a side view. So I'm sticking my chest out, back straight. Now if I want to make this one harder, one thing I can do, I'll take another band, line them up, and I'll stand on the same way, shoulder width stance, toes out. Bring that up to my shoulders. As you can see, that increases my resistance by a fair bit. Do a front squat. Alright, this is exercise number 3 on our full body standing, the standing split stance single arm chest press. So again, just like on the 1-arm row, we're going to anchor our band. So I'll go over through the different resistance patterns again. We can anchor it so that I'm holding onto one side, and I can go like this. This will be the easiest way. I can do 2 handles, and then if I want to make it even harder, I take a step away from my post. Even further yet, if you are really fit, you can put another band on. You can hold on to 4 handles. Alright, so I'm going to do 12 reps. So again, my holding hand is opposite to my front foot. My back foot is straight. Shoulders are square, hips are square, tummy's tight. Now I'm going to sit chest press. So really important to remember, make sure you're engaging the muscles around your shoulder. It's like you're pushing your shoulder against your body. So I'm going to go for 12 reps. Again, holding hand is opposite to my front foot. Make sure you're lined up right. And chest press. Okay, this is exercise number 4 of our full body standing. The straight leg or Romanian deadlift. So how this is going to start out, similar to the front squat. I'm going to have a shoulder width stance with my toes pointed out. This time I'm not bringing the bands up, I'm going to keep them at my sides, and I'm going to slightly bend my knees, and then from here I'm just going to be moving at the hips. So back straight, and then I'm just going to move at the hips, maybe a little bit of knee movement is okay. Go down to my hands are about mid-shin, and back up. So as you can see, got a fair bit of slack in the band there, so what I can do to get more resistance, I can choke up, just grab them up a bit higher, stand up straight, so I can do the same thing from here. Down about mid-shin, trying to fight that knee bend a little bit. Down. Okay, should be feeling this in the back of my legs. Now, just like on the front squat, you can always get another band. I'll choke up on them too. Get even more resistance like that. So do a few more. So this is exercise number 5 of our full body standing. It's called a supine lat pullover hold with a bent knee leg lift. So for starters, I have my resistance band anchored here. If you're doing this at home, it would probably be a couch or a table. Just make sure that object is weighed down. So I'm going to start on my back. I'm going to grab this band overhead. Probably just put the two sides together and hold it with both hands. I'll choke up a little bit. There we go. So straighten my legs. Now we go to a lat pullover hold. So that's about 45 degrees from my shoulder to my wrist. I'm going to hold that, really trying to engage my lats on the kind of inferior shoulder. There. And I'm just going to bend my knees, do a leg lift. So holding, really trying to get lat engagement. Okay, so some things to remember with this is make sure that your lower back is right against the mat. So it's like I'm pushing my belly button towards my spine. If I was to put my hand underneath my back while doing this, I shouldn't be able to get any fingers underneath my lower back. So I'll demonstrate again. Get into my lat pullover hold. Just gonna go up. Now, if you find that your back's lifting up, you can always do it in a shorter range of motion, so you don't have to go to a full extension. And here, so I go all the way down if I like. If that's a bit too challenging, I could probably do it in this range of motion. This is exercise number 6 of our full body standing. This is called a standing diagonal chop while standing on the band with one foot. So one foot goes underneath the band. So for this one, this is actually a pretty technical exercise. I'd recommend using either the green or the black band. It requires that it's a bit more, like I said, technical. So you're going to grab bands under one foot, you're going to grab with 2 hands. Shoulders are square, hips are square, and on this one you really want to fight that upper body rotation. So I'm going to grab the band with 2 hands. I'm going to go across my body. So really, really tighten the core, tighten the shoulders. Show you what that looks like from the side. Really trying to fight that upper body rotation. To the other side. This is exercise number 7 of our full body standing, the double leg walkout, or double leg walkout into push-up, depending on what your ability level is. So I'm going to start this exercise. Start with a nice shoulder width stance. Now the objective here is to get to the ground while keeping my back in a more or less straight position. So I want to avoid spinal flexion when I'm doing this. Spinal flexion is going to look like this. So we're basically rounding up your spine. In order to do that, if I'm a good example because I'm a tighter person, I'm going to need to bend my knees before I get to the ground. So if you're reasonably mobile, you keep your back straight all the way to the ground. So in my case, this is about as far as I can go, maybe a little bit farther, without bending my knees. So once my back's in this position, I can feel a bit of a pull in the hamstring, my back straight. Then I'm going to slightly bend my knees. I'm going to keep bending my knees until I can get to the ground. I'm just going to walk out into more or less of a front plank position. Then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the way back. So I'm keeping my chest up, trying to keep my back as straight as I can. And I'm just going to bend my knees as much as I have to get to that standing position while keeping my back straight. So I'll do 1 or 2 more reps just so you know what that looks like. So bending, bend the knees, more bending of the knees, walk, and then back up. Alright, so now we're going to add a push up into that. So I'm going to walk down. So when doing a push up, you want to come forward. You want your forearms perpendicular to the ground. So it's going to look like this. Back up. I'm going to do 1 more rep. And that's your double leg walkout with push up.